If you are using GitHub Copilot or any other AI agent and you find yourself repeating the same context over and over, things like I use TypeScript, follow our team's naming convention, or always write unit tests with jest, then this video is for you. Today I'm going to show you GitHub Copilot Custom Instructions, what they are, why they matter, and how to set them up in minutes. So, what are custom instructions? Simply put, they're a way to give Copilot persistent reusable context, so it always knows how you like to work without you having to explain it every single time. Think of it like onboarding a new developer on your team. You wouldn't explain your coding standards from scratch in every code review, right? You'd hand them a guide. Custom instructions are the guide, but for Copilot. When you define custom instructions, they're automatically injected into every Copilot request behind the scenes. You don't see them in the chat, but Copilot does. Now there are several places you can define custom instructions, and each one serves a different purpose. Let me walk you through them. Repository instructions. The most common one. You create a file in .github folder and name it copilot-instructions.md. This applies to everyone working in that repository. It's perfect for team coding standards, preferred frameworks, or architecture guidelines. For example, you might write something like, this project uses TypeScript with React, always use functional components and React hooks, write unit tests using vtest, follow the Airbnb style guide. Simple, powerful, and it works for the whole team automatically. Path-specific instructions. Want instructions that only apply to certain files? You can place name.instructions.md files inside .github instructions folder with a front matter applied to glob pattern. For example, it can be applied to .ts files or .tsx files. And you might write something like this. Always use explicit return types on TypeScript functions. Avoid using any type. Prefer interfaces over type aliases for object shapes. And this only kicks in when Copilot is working with TypeScript files. Super handy for large multi-language projects. Personal instructions. These are instructions scoped to you personally, not tied to any repo. Head to your GitHub settings and look for the Copilot section. Use these for your own preferences. How you like responses formatted, your preferred programming language, your communication style with Copilot, etc. Organization instructions. If you are a GitHub organization admin, you can define instructions that apply to all Copilot users across the entire organization. Great for enforcing company-wide coding standards, security guidelines, or compliance rules. Local instructions. Finally, you can create a local instructions file in your users folder on your local machine in .copilot folder and name it copilot-instructions.md. This only applies in your local environment and is never committed to any repo. Great for personal machine-specific preferences. Alright, let's see this in action. I'm going to set up repository instructions and path-specific instructions for a NodeJS project, but before I do this, if you're enjoying this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. I am in a Visual Studio Code in a project REST API with Prisma and Postgres. If you would like to learn how to create this project, please check out my video, Build a Type-Safe Express.js REST API with Prisma, TypeScript, and Postgres. This is a simple Node.js REST API for a sample blog application. Let's go ahead and create repository instructions for this project. Repository instructions go in a .github folder, and they're named copilot-instructions.md. However, we're not going to be creating this folder or this file. GitHub Copilot will create it for us automatically. Let's go ahead and open new chat editor. And in the chat, we can type /init. And this is basically a prompt that lets you create repository instructions. And if you like to take a look how this prompt works, we can actually do Control-Shift-P or Command-Shift-P, and then we can find run prompt under chat. And here you can see the built-in GitHub Copilot prompts, right? And we're interested in this init prompt, and it generate or update workspace instruction file for AI coding agents. And right here we have an icon to open it in editor, which we can do. And then you can see that it's just a init.prompt.md file, and it generates or update workspace instructions, right? Description, argument hint right here, and it's going to work as an agent. It uses related agent customization skill, and it will create the Copilot instructions.md file in the GitHub folder. And this prompt basically describes the workflow, right? It needs to discover existing conventions, explore the code base, generate or merge, iterate, and once finalized, it will suggest example prompts that we can use. Let's go ahead and run this prompt. However, I'm not just running it simply by invoking /init. I usually like to specify the versions of the main dependencies that I use. And in my project, I use Prisma, Express, and Postgres. So I usually type, please note the project uses Express version 5, Prisma version 7, and Postgres version 18. All right, and let's send this prompt, and GitHub Copilot will start working on it. You can see that it's invoking the skill agent customization. It scanned instruction configuration and rule files. It detected there is no workspace instruction files, so it's going to be creating the .github folder, Copilot instructions.md file. GitHub Copilot is done. Basically gives us a summary, what has been done right here. Examples of prompts to test it, right? Add a new post endpoint and validate parameters, update Prisma schema, for example, fix routes, and then suggested customizations, create instructions, Prisma workflow, for example, right? Or create instruction testing style instructions, and so on. Let's go ahead and hit keep button, and then we can go into that GitHub folder and we can take a look at the Copilot instructions.md file that got generated for us. And we have sections, project guidelines, stack and runtime, build and test, architecture, conventions, Prisma and database rules, and the pitfalls. So you can also add your own sections and your own specific instructions to this file. And it is worth noting that it's a living document. And when Copilot will be working on your code, it will be also updating this instructions.md file. Depending on the size of your project, this instructions.md file can be fairly large. So you can follow up with the following prompt: compress down by half and add mandatory development checklist, lint, build, test to the top. So in our case, our Copilot instructions is not that large, so we're not going to be using compress down by half, but it's a good idea to add a mandatory development checklist. I'll just put to the top of Copilot instructions. It looks like the Copilot is done, so we can go ahead and check the Copilot instructions. And on the top, we have a mandatory development checklist, npm run lint, npm run build, and npm run test. Now let's go ahead and see how we can create a path-specific instructions. Let's go ahead and run the prompt / create instructions. And then we also will say that we want testing style apply to path tests and every TypeScript file in that folder. And here so we have a tests folder right here. So let's go ahead and run this prompt. And the GitHub Copilot started working on a scoped testing instructions file, and this testing instructions file will only load when GitHub Copilot will be working on the tests. And we can see that GitHub Copilot created a folder in a .github folder. This folder is called instructions. Right, let's go ahead and keep the code, and let's go ahead and check those instructions right here. And we got a testing style instructions and use when creating, editing jest and supertest. So it detected that the project uses jest and supertest, covers test naming, assertion depths, right, testing style guideline, and applies, most importantly, to the files that are in the tests folder. And down below, we have a testing style guidelines, and obviously we'll feel free to add any other guidelines that you wish to these files, so your Copilot creates the tests accordingly. Another custom instructions that I like to use is for GitHub Actions, specifically for creating workflows. And right here, we can just again type create instructions, and then I'm going to paste the following. It's going to be a CI or continuous integration workflow, lint test build, apply to path, .github workflows, and whatever files in there, .yaml. So let's go ahead and hit enter again. And GitHub Copilot is going to create a dedicated CI workflow instruction scope to GitHub workflows based on our link test build preference from the conversation. And it's done working. It says it created new scope instructions. What this enforces, right? And most ambiguous part to confirm, do you want to also apply to YAML file or only to YAML file as currently configured? Let's go ahead and say also apply to .yml file. And it updated the workflows file or instructions for workflow files to apply to both YAML, YAML, and YML files. So let's go ahead and keep it. And now we can basically ask GitHub Copilot to create a GitHub workflow to lint, test, and build the project. Also, we're going to specify use node 24 and 25. So it created the file for us using these instructions. And it also is asking us if we want to also add branch filters, for example, main and develop. We can go ahead and keep the file and say, yes, apply branch filters for main and develop. All right, and now we have the applies to branch filters, ca.yml, so CI now runs only on main and develop for both. Let's go and take a look at the workflows, and we have ci.yml file, and the name CI, right, push branches, pull requests, right, job, it gave us the metrics, right, check out, set up node actions, node version, which is good. It installs the dependencies, runs the link, runs the test, and runs the build to ensure that our project is being built correctly. So this file looks good. Let's hit keep. And this is how you can create instructions both for your project or the scoped instructions that apply to certain files. These instructions will help you guide your AI agent when you use it to create code. Before you go and set instructions in your project, here are a few best practices to keep in mind. Be specific. Vague instructions lead to vague results. Keep it focused. Don't write an essay. Bullet points work great. Avoid conflicts. If you have multiple instruction files, make sure they don't contradict each other. Update regularly. As your project evolves, keep your instructions up to date. Don't include sensitive data. Instructions are part of your repo, so treat them like code. And that's it. Custom instructions are one of those small quality of life improvements that make a huge difference over time. Less repetition, better responses, and a copilot that actually understands your project.